Hey, go sit down. Go. Come on. Sit down. Hey, go sit down. Go. Come on. Sit down.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we join you from South Philly, close to 70,000 strong, packing Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Houston Texans and the Philadelphia Eagles.
To kick off for Philadelphia.
Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. That is Jake Elliott getting this one started. Off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. On play action, Stroud. He locates the open man. That's Christian Kirk. That one good for a dozen and a very quick first down. Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. Now Stroud. Forced out wide, and he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And that is incomplete. Nico Collins was the intended receiver there. And now it's fourth down. They will indeed go as they look to throw. He'll let one go deep for Kirk. And the Eagles are going to get the football here. They force the INT on the game's opening drive.
Human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Tackle there by Will Anderson. From the 33, here's 2nd and 6. That's deep for the back of the end zone. To the end zone, it's intercepted. Picked off by Miles Bryant.
This is an area of the offense, Mike, that's going to have to find its rhythm now as this game unfolds. They talked all week, come out early, get some completions, settle down this quarterback. Well, in return, he throws an early pick. It's too early to go away from the game plan. There's a lot of game left, but this passing game is going to have to...
Now here's another ball that's intercepted. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Big Sheldon Rankins in there for the stop.
3rd down.
3rd and a long way to go.
Easy, 63, 60. Great, set.
A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down.
A gain of 12 yards. Brings up 4th down.
From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. He'll try and get there on the ground.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
Look at him go! And he's going to take this one all the way. 86 yards. Touchdown, Houston. Now Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Texans will take a 7-0 lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Here comes Will Shipley on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Great.
Hurts to the air on 1st down. He'll get that out to Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds, a pickup of 5.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Here's a 3rd down and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Now it's Hurts. That'll be taken in by Barker. And he is taken down. A big gain on that one. Great way for them to end this opening quarter. Eagles in possession to start the second quarter as they've got it with 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Saquon. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Daniil Hunter with the stop.
At the 39-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup.
Ball on the
It's
39.
2nd and 8.
Here's 2nd and 8. Hurts. Flush to his right. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's into the end zone. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Eagles. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. They'll go play action with Stroud. He'll spot his big tight end. That's Dalton Schultz. Look at the big guy rumble. Wow, out of bounds. Inside the 10. It's 1st and goal. Stroud. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
All right.
Higgins sent in motion. On 2nd down, Stroud on the run, and he's in. Christian Kirk, touchdown, Houston.
And that's just another element that defenses have to worry about when playing a team like this. You match up with all their skill guys in the route concept, but then there's nobody left to account for the quarterback, and he ends up making the play. Big-time finish, big-time play, and they end this drive with 6.
On the return, it's Tank Bigsby. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Hurts. Rolling right. He's going to tuck it and go. And he's out of bounds after a pickup of 3.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. Forced to his right. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down. Here's Hurts. Flush to his right. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the 1st half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm. He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, He got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
Moving to his right. Oh, that's one where he just needs to unload it, but he did not. It'll go down as a sack and a big loss of yards.
It's third down. You're trying to extend the play, Mike, as long as you can. Give your receivers every chance to find some open space. But in this case, he bought as much time as he could, but in the end, he's forced out of bounds for a loss.
That is intercepted. Picked by the rookie out of Penn State.
And these are the throws that are really holding the offense back right now, Mike. He just has to make better decisions because you're not going to win many games when you turn the ball over at this rate.
Stroud to throw here on first down. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. Kirk is the motion man. On play action, he'll set up to throw. A short throw pulled in by Schultz.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the gun, here's Stroud. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up fourth down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up fourth down.
He's going to have a Texans first down. They wind up getting 13 yards on that fourth down conversion. They'll run it, and it's the USC man, Woody Marks. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here. Clock will stop just under 30 seconds to go in this second quarter. That one, taken in. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Texans. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Now Fairbairn for the extra point. Now, how about this? It's a fake. This will be caught. And he is not going to get in. Stop on the try for two. The lead remains right where it is. Bigsby to return it. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. On first and 10, it's Hurts. A pass caught by Saquon. Inside the 30. And he will dive into the end zone. 75 yards. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Now Hurts and the Eagles will try the two-point conversion. He'll swing that out wide. And this time he'll be stopped short of the goal line, maybe a little winded after that long touchdown run. In any event, the try for two fails. Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. It's a three tight end look as they have it first and 10.
Here we go. 18.
On play action. Stroud. Open man. Downfield. It's Nico Collins. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. On first down, it's Stroud. That's caught right side, the tight end Schultz. And And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we reach the intermission in what has been an entertaining one to this point. Back with the second half in just a moment. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. So, a couple of first downs will give them 1st and 10. They're at the 41. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. On first down, it's Hurts. Moving outside the pocket. Oh, he's got a man running with them, and they connect. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Barkley. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Once again, it's Barkley. And he's got it. 1st down. A pickup of 4.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short. Play action pass. You can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. That's hauled in at the 2. And he'll take it on in. Dallas Goedert. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Now Hurts and the Eagles will try the 2-point conversion. Back to throw. And he will get into the end zone. The call works as they will indeed take the lead. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. On the bootleg, it's Stroud. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 52 yards. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. Now a deep ball toward the end zone. So now then, 1st and goal from the 1.
Here we go. 18. That's it.
Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. Wow, the coverage excellent there. It'll bring up 2nd and goal.
All right. 18.
Now Stroud to the goal line and in. Dalton Schultz. Touchdown, Houston. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Here is Shipley on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Hurts looking to throw on 1st down. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Dallas Goedert, that time. It's 2nd down.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain. 3rd and 9.
King, Phil King! Phil King!
On the handoff, this is Barkley. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
25-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Escaping to his left. And he's going to have the Eagles 1st down on a well-designed play to get 16 to keep the drive going.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
He was looking for A.J. Brown that time, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop. Good drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run-after-catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
They get 18 on the pitch and catch. Good for an Eagles 1st down.
Okay, so now you pick up that 1st down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast, because you need every possession you can here late in the 4th quarter.
They run out of the gun with Barkley. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They come to the line for this one. Third down, needing 3.
No touch, set. No touch.
They'll drop to throw. He'll get that out to Barkley. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got first and goal coming up.
Hey, 73.
Here's Barkley. A short game. Down to the 7.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
No touch.
Now Jalen Hurts on second down. Out to his right. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing.
This is a great example of why it's so critical that on defense, everybody does their job. You got a free hit blitzer coming right at the quarterback, but because they don't contain him in the pocket, they allow him to escape, and it doesn't allow that blitz to get home.
They'll run the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's fourth down.
Mike, I just think this might be a little bit too long of a down and distance to attempt a quarterback sneak. Typically, we see it in the inches, maybe up to a yard, but most teams are not equipped to pick up 2-3 yards on a quarterback.
And it's a touchdown. They have gotten to within 1, and a 2-point conversion can give them the lead here in the final minute. The quarterback, with all of his eligible receivers available, uses the back out of the backfield that time, Greg, to take it to the end zone.
And when your running back, Mike, is a valid threat in the passing game, man, it just gives you so many options. And in this case, it was the running back.
And he is in! The risk pays off. They take the lead here in the final moments of the game. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Here's Traymon Smith on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here's first down.
Oh, hey. Tony.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing.
And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. Picked off by Adoree Jackson.
Look, Mike, the reality here is that he's just not seeing the field the way that he needs to. Now, give credit. A big part of this is the defense doing an excellent job disguising its coverages all game long. Just before the snap, when he thinks he has the answers, the secondary changes the questions, and they've been rewarded with 3 picks for their effort.
Second and 10.
Great.
From the shotgun, it's Hurts. To the right side, caught by Goddard. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts, but this one is about done.
Great.
Third and short, and Hurts will throw. That'll be taken in by Barkley. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And I think he was able to get it back. Yes, he was. That was so nearly the turnover the defense needed. They couldn't get it in time. Well, a touchdown here could be the capper to a victory. It is first and goal. Here's Bigsby. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second. And they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. Big play for the Eagles as they will try for two. And he will get into the end zone. So how do you like that? 2 points and now a 2-score advantage as the lead is 9. Just 1 second. All that remains in the football game as the kick is away. Here's Smith to return it. And he is going to be taken down, and that is going to do it. So it's a win here for the Eagles. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that is the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners, as we say, so long from South Philly.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the former Florida Gator Eddie Pinheiro to get us started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on first and 10. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. Now some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Brings up second and 4 at the 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a second and 4.
Good. Set. Anyway, that.
Here's Hurts to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And Goddard going to have an Eagles first down as he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Hurts. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
A first down carry for Barkley. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
63.
Throwing is Hurts. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 more yards there and another first down. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
And that, boy, a dangerous throw there back across the field, but it's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Great. No touch.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down.
Great. Set. Trimmer. Hey, easy. 63, back. No touch.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He'll try and do this himself.
Let's go. Touchdown.
Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. From 17 yards out. And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0.
I'm wide and fast, man.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
That was included.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Here's the Pro Bowler, Christian McCaffrey. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 3, and it also takes us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it 2nd and 7.
Mouth dry as a pot house. Nah, bro, this thing, I don't know. He said something froze up out there, something like that. That's why I was calling you this morning.
21. Get set.
Now Purdy. Open man is Juwan Jennings. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
First down. It's a gain of 25 yards. And the 49er first down.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Up the gut, McCaffrey. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Jalen Phillips, the edge man on the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Go ahead. 18, watch out.
Here's Purdy. That's downfield. He's got Tonjes. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 27-yard line.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
What, you talking about the 49er? Yeah, we ain't got it either. That man supposed to know we did.
Officer! 18! 22! 21.
Yeah, that they've been trying to say this shit. Well, he putting the ball where it needs to be. What the problem is, we need a new OC and keep AJ Brown and where's the season is.
Get set. Get set. 18. Watch out.
We need a little bit. We need some defense players.
Purdy looking to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Yep.
Now a 2nd and 10.
I mean, however you feel.
You know, 18. Watch out.
Tell me, will they get you something? 'Cause,
Purdy. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Hello. You on the way or what? Nigga. Where you at?
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
18. Watch out. Yellow. 53.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. He dumps it off to Barkley. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Back to throw here. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He'll try to pick it up himself. Pass taken in by his big tight end. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the gun, it's Hurts. To Barkley on the check down. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 10 more there and another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field. And
Saquon Barkley in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime.
that's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
And just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Elliott good on the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining and not much time, we'll see how they play this. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking deep for Jennings. That is incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10.
Get set, get set. All right, here we go.
Final play of the half. Purdy. And incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Bourne going to go in motion right here. And now a fake on a jet sweep, and instead they'll give it to McCaffrey. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
18, watch out. 53.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Purdy now to throw. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there.
Get set, get set. On 18, 21.
They'll go for it. Here's Purdy. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
To throw once more on second and 10. Hurts. And that's caught by the tight end, Branson. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down. Barkley, inside handoff. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Throwing on second down. Hurts. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now a 2nd and 6. They go play action here. Purdy. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Get set.
Purdy from the gun. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Throwing on second and long. Purdy. That one complete to Tonjes. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Get set. Get set.
Purdy from the gun on third down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Yellow. Yeah, you. Yellow.
Throwing here, Purdy. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
Now second and 3. Here's Hurts to throw. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. And Goddard going to have an Eagles first down as he's up to the 43. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 7 yards there and a first down. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 53 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. They keep it with Barkley on first down. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
Trimmer.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations,
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are able to widen their advantage. Elliott good with a PAT. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.